Okay. Try to follow along with me on this. Again, if you don't get this the first time, you might not get it the second time, or the third, but sometime before your result, this might make some sense to you.
Maybe.
The same rules apply when you see things like this, because remember. Why is it outlined with the yellow stuff? Oh, I. So there we go. Notice how I subtitled this with conversion fraction factors, complicated.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Okay, take a look, see here. Okay. If you are asked to convert 24 inches per hour into how many centimeters per hour, okay? Notice this, hours don't change, right? I want hours, I start with the hours on the bottom, I want to end with hours on the bottom. But what I do want to change is inches into centimeters, that's the one that goes away. Okay, so using the same rules that we talked about before, this is my starting thing. I don't need to put it over one because it's already a fraction. So it's already 24 inches over 1 hour. The only thing I want to do is I need to get rid of my inches by using a conversion fraction, which is what we did for yesterday. In order to get rid of inches, what has to happen over here? Inches has to be on the bottom. What has to be on top? I'm changing it into centimeters, okay? And then here's the thing that you just need to understand. After I do this, let's do this part first and then you'll see. So then you just look at your notes, what's my conversion from centimeters to inches?
2.54.
2.54, what's what? 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters and 1 centimeter equals 2.54 inches.
1 inch,
Okay.
2.54.
So from my little thing, I put 1 inch and 2.54. Okay, when I do the math, people, this is the only thing that's really different, but people somehow struggle with this. Inches are gone, so I get rid of that label. Okay, but the label hours is still there. When I multiply across, hour times 1 is still going to be in hours there. It's just a label that stays. Okay, and my answer is just going to be 24 times 2.54. I don't know if I really want to do that, but why not? And remember, when you multiply decimals, you don't line them up, you don't add decimals, you just multiply like usual. This is not the important part of what we're doing today, although it's important. I hope I get this right. You'll tell me if I'm wrong, won't you?
Yes.
0.96, where's the decimal go on that one, Oscar?
That's gonna be 2 bags.
So my answer would be, if I did this right, 60.96.
I got 4.
Okay, 4
Yeah.
times 4 is 60.
Oh, yeah.
All right, centimeters per hour, okay? Now, in that case, I did not need to change hours, I'm all happy because I just did what it said, I ended up with centimeters per hour. Don't worry, this will, the hard parts are coming.
What?
The next one, same thing is true. My years stay on the bottom, I just want to change what? Liters into quarts. So you're gonna start with what you're given, 52 liters over a year. You can put 1 if you want. But in order to get rid of liters, I have to find the conversion factor that has what on top and what on bottom. Josh, this is where you come in. In order to get this liter to cross off, where does that label have to appear over here? No, you don't need to look yet. For L to cross off, is it gonna be on top or on bottom? Very good. Josh, what's gonna be on top? What label goes on top?
Quart.
Thank you very much. And then there, we wanna probably use the one that has 1 liter equals how many quarts? McKenna says,
1 meter equals 1.06.
why do I have to keep doing that hard multiplication? 1.06 times 52,
It's too hard.
It's too hard.
it's not too hard. 12, 1, 2, 0, 35.2155. Where's my decimal gonna go in there? Cash?
But, in the middle between
Yeah,
five
between the 5 and the 1. And then my answer obviously would be, 5.12. What did I change? I crossed off liters, so I know I'm left with quarts per, what's on the bottom? A year. That's not really the hard part, ladies and gentlemen. Here is what's gonna cause great weeping and gnashing of teeth. Are you ready to weep? Oh wait, maybe I'm not. No, not yet. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna skip the next two because I want to show you this. I want you to feel some mathematical pain right here.
I'm already doing that.
Now, think about this, but this is the beauty of this. There's no thinking involved. If you just follow the rules, the calculation is hard, but the concepts are not. So let's say I want to change, write this with me. I want to take 45 miles per hour, and I want to make it equal to how many kilometers per minute that is. How many kilometers per minute? Now, what do you know is different about this one? Something's really goofy on this one, and that is Ari,
Both labels are different.
both labels need to be changed. And Camille's already looking like, whoa. But watch this. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna get this kind of out of my way because I don't really want it here right now. I'm just moving it out of the way. It's still there. Okay, so here is what the deal is. If you have to change both labels, you are going to have to use 2 of those conversion factors, one to change each label. So watch. And it doesn't matter which one you pick. I'm going to pick miles first. I want to change miles into what? Kilometers, right? That was what I was looking for. So I am going to take this. I should have maybe done it down here. I'll do it down on the bottom. I'm going to take 45 miles per hour, that's my given, and multiply it by a conversion fraction that gets rid of what? I said I wanted to get rid of miles first, right? So where does it have to go? And what has to go on top?
Kilometers.
Kilometers is what I'm changing.
Kilometers, guys.
So then you're gonna have to find out what's that conversion factor. Kit is telling me I probably want the 1 to be with the miles. 1 mile is how many kilometers, Kit? 1 point what?
1.61.
61. Okay, now here's the part I think you're gonna like. Maybe you'll like. First thing is get rid of my label. Okay? I don't want you to do the math yet because we still have another step. Okay, because what's left, I'm left with my kilometer I want, but I still need to change my hours to minutes. So, watch this. Here's the magic of math. I need another conversion factor. I need a second one because I gotta get rid of this label now. I did half the job. I changed my, whatever this was, miles to kilometers by doing this. But I'm not gonna do that math just yet, Camille. All right, now, notice, where's ours here? Bottom. So for a bottom one to cross off, guess where ours has to be on the other one? On top. See how easy this is? And I am trying to change hours into, now this one you probably know. 1 hour is how many minutes, or 1 minute is how many hours?
1 hour equals 60 minutes.
1 hour is 60 minutes. Correct?
Yeah.
So now, because of that, I now can cross off this, God bless you. I can cross off that top hour with that bottom hour. And look, my labels are right. I want kilometers over minutes. I just have to do the crazy math of all this.
No.
Don't worry, I'm gonna do this all over again. You are not expected to understand this right off the proverbial.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, I'm safe.
No questions yet, Annecy, because I'm gonna show you what, we're not done with the problem yet. Okay? We know on top, I have 45, that's this. I have to multiply it times 1.61. My label on top is kilometers. On the bottom, I have this, which is nothing, a 1, and a 60. 1 times 60 is 60, so this is 60, what was that, what was my minutes?
Wait, what?
Stop again, Oscar, this, what's up? Look at this, think about this as all being one big fraction. What do I have on top? 45 times 161 times 1, I don't have to put the times 1. On the bottom, I have this 1, which was times 1 times 60 minutes. That. This, ladies and gentlemen, is where Mr. Hahn says to you, by all means, you're sixth graders now, I don't, I don't want you to get lost in all the math. Feel free to use your Chromebook / calculator / whatever, because this problem would take you a very long time to do out, and you're probably gonna make some mistake in multiplying this whatever times whatever. Now, your life could be easier, Aniceed. You can make your life easier by doing what? Somebody? What cross cancels in this?
60 and
25.
5.
Actually, something bigger than 5.
15.
If you're good at math, and it doesn't matter because you're gonna eventually use this thing here. 15 times what is 60? 4. And 15 times what is 45? 3. And that's all the cross canceling you can do. So if you're doing it, if you have whatever, you need to take this times this and just divide it by that, because that's what a fraction is a basic division problem. But you need to simplify the top first. 1.61 times 3, I'm just gonna do this because I don't feel like popping out the calculator, is 4.83. You then have to divide that by the score on the bottom, and that would be your answer. So you all got lost in the computation of this, not in the actual doing of it. It's real. Let me give you another one, don't get out. This is the least of my worries is what you get for this. If you can get to this point, I'm ecstatic, overjoyed, and completely on cloud 9. Is, by the way, a cloud 7 or a 6 or a 5? Because why is it cloud 9?
I'm confused. What's
Haven't you ever heard the phrase I'm on cloud 9?
Yeah,
What's cloud 9?
Yeah.
So, well, just because I don't want, let's not leave it on, I would go to my calculator. I will do, remember I said you have to do 3, oh wait, I do 4.83 4.83 divided by 4. Did it do divided by 4?
No.
It didn't make it. So 1, now, wait,
Wait, what?
if I said round to the nearest hundredth, what is that? Wait, heart, 1.2075, round to the nearest hundredth is
1, 2, 1.
Wait, what?
1.
kids, 1.2075, round to the nearest hundredth would be.
What? 1.21.
Who said that, Art? Got it. Yeah, remember?
Oh!
It's like it's money.
Oh,
$1.21.
I was in the wrong place. I was in the thousands place.
21 kilometers per minute. Now, let's just pause and take a thought here. If you're going 45 miles an hour, how fast is that? That's like a decent speed. You can't run that fast. It'd be like,
At normal speed?
it'd be like the speed you're going, kind of going in town.
Yeah.
Driving past the fire station on Route 47. Well, if you're going 45 miles per hour, that's the same as going 1.21 kilometers per minute. Per minute, for every minute you go on. Now, here we go. Let's look at another one. I'm gonna copy this and just bear with me. You know, if you bear with me, there's a good chance you won't have much help.
I'll bear.
I thought you saved
I
mine,
wanna be a cruising boat.
Shush.
but I need you to focus here. So.
I'm trying not to.
Okay, but you cannot, ladies and gentlemen, you can't cut corners on me on this.
We won't.
Don't
Try
cut
not
corners. So, because I am very much more concerned about the setup on this than it is. So, here's what we do. I'm starting off with this. I have 1,500 liters per hour. That's my starting thing. In the end, I want to change that so that it is pints per second. Okay. So here's the thoughts. You need to change liters into pints, and you need to change hours into seconds. So that's why, because you have two labels that have to be changed, you have to do two of those conversion fractions, and I really should have left myself a lot more room, but I think we can do it. So here we go. I take my 1,500, I'm gonna do it down here, so I have it. And it doesn't matter which one do you want, what label would you prefer to change first? Do you want to change hours into seconds first?
Hours.
So, to do that, because hours is on the bottom, where does it have to be over here? And because I'm changing hours into seconds, seconds have to be here. And there is where you have to fill in the blanks. How many seconds are in an hour, or how many hours are in a second? Oh boy. Hi Hop says, wait, are you looking at your sheet? Because I'm pretty sure you probably don't know how many seconds are in an hour. It's not minutes in an hour, it's how many seconds in an hour. Olivia?
In 1 hour there are 360.
3,600.
You want to go get it then?
Yeah.
I will stall, so I don't do any more.
Oh my gosh, yes, thank you.
The one thing you can do here is, I would cross off, then I've now got my hours, so I will cross those off because that label no longer exists. I've now changed my hours to seconds. I just need my next one. I have to change liters into pints. For that to happen, Ari, where do liters have to go? In my thing here.
The leaders have to go
Top or bottom?
bottom.
Bottom. And my pints would have to go up here. And then that's up to you to find on your reference sheet, how many liters are in a pint, how many pints in a liter. Again, I would probably, although this is not quite as important, I'd probably find the one that has a 1 on the bottom. 1 liter is how many pints. That would be kind of the thing I'd look for.
Yeah.
Do we have that there?
No.
Wait, there's not a pint liter thing?
There's a liter to 1,000 milliliters.
What? I'm refusing to do this, but they didn't give me this. Hold on. If they don't give me this
Oh.
conversion thing, we're not.
There's a liter to 1.06 quarts.
Yeah, we're looking for pints.
There's no liter to pint?
No.
There's pints to quarts.
There's no pints.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want, that, for me to do that with you would be, we're not gonna do that. Perfect, anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, put that one in the, we'll talk about that later file, but I don't wanna take you there. I'm gonna find one though.
Yeah, give us a good one.
I'm looking for a good one. It's down here.
Ducks.
Yeah. Let's do this one then. Did somebody say they had a question?
Hannah did.
Let me do this one, right? Fresh out of your book, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, in my book.
I'm hungry, that's why I have to.
It's almost gone.
You just have snap.
That's the confusing part of that.
All right, let's do this one because I'm sure all of these are there. So here we go. Let's write this one out. We are starting with 600 centimeters per minute. And if it helps you to put a 1 there, it is a 1. You just put the 1 there. And I want to change that so that it is in inches per second. So let's try this one instead. And it's nicer numbers actually, probably. So what 2 labels do I need to change? I need to go from minutes to, and I need to go from centimeters to,
Inches.
so let's do that. 600 centimeters, 1 minute. Which one would you like to do first?
Oh, centimeters, minute.
All right, let's do minutes just for fun. So Lincoln will tell me because my minutes are on the bottom of this fraction, to get the label to cross cancel, it has to be on the top. And I'm changing it into seconds. So you need to know how many seconds are in a minute, which Piper does know this one, ladies and gentlemen.
60 seconds in a minute.
So 60 seconds are 1 minute. And then guess what we're gonna do now? We will cross out the minutes because we're done with them. They're gone.
No more minutes.
Now I've got the other label to cross off. The other label is changing. I need to get rid of what and change it to what, kids?
Centimeters, inches.
Right. So where does centimeter kid have to go?
Bottom.
Bottom.
Inches on top.
Inches on top. This one I know you have in your reference sheet. We've done it a few times. Actually, this is the one that's more common. How many inches in a centimeter, how many centimeters in an inch, and it doesn't rightly matter. McKenna says,
There, in 1 centimeter, there is 0.39 inches.
0.39.
What is it?
Boom. So then, we have now got rid of our centimeters. And this probably, if I were you, I would kind of write this out as well. Actually, this is kind of nice because if you look at cross-canceling number-wise, there's one very easy thing here. This problem actually is almost mental. What cross-cancels nicely, McKenna?
The 60 and the 600.
Right, this and this, 60 goes into 600 how many times? 10. This is a 1, this is a 10.
Couldn't we do it 60?
What?
Couldn't we just do it by 60?
I don't know what
We
that
did.
means, but
Oh,
yeah.
wait, yeah, never mind.
Okay. And then, I don't know, I talked about this before, I'm left with 10 times 1 times 0.39. Does anybody know what 10 times 3.9 is? Or 0.39? No.
0.39.
0.390.
So listen to me, how many zeros?
Oh,
Moves the decimal 1 place. 1 0 with the 10 moves the decimal 1 place.
3.9.
It would simply be 3.9. What are my labels I'm left with? Inches
Inches instead of
per
per second.
How fast would you be moving if you were moving 3.9 inches per second?
Oh.
Really
So it'd be like this, you'd be going this far every second. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004. Which is the same thing if you were going 600 centimeters in 1 minute.
Huh?
600 centimeters, what's 600
1
centimeters?
millimile.
600 centimeters would be 6 of these.
Oh,
6 of these in 1 minute, or 3.9 inches per second. Oh, it was 3.9 inches per second, not centimeters per second. 3.9 inches per second would be almost 4 inches per second. You could probably do that. Pie Hops, ladies and gentlemen, has a question.
Should there be a 0 after the 9?
I wouldn't change it though. Zeros at the end of decimals don't matter. Pipe said this, which by the way, here, let me do it out so in case you're kind of confused on that. I took 0.39 and multiplied it by 10. 0.39 times 10. You guys back in the day just hang out the zero. Whereas the decimal go 2 places over. But we don't, decimals over here don't make any difference, so generally when we talk about simplifying things, we don't write them there. With money we would because we need 90 cents. AC,
Is this gonna be in our homework?
well, not yet, we haven't got to the homework part. I'm going to here, just for fun, because we have some time,
Sure.
I want you to see how far you can get. Oh, where'd it go? See how far you can get on this problem right here.
I'm cooked.
52. I want you-
148.
I want you to at least be able to set up the problem with the labels and the conversion fractions. I'm not as concerned about that as, I'm concerned more about that than the actual math of that. You have exactly 3 minutes. I want you to write that out. What conversion fractions would I use? No, you don't have to do it on, just do it on your scrap paper there. I'm just gonna look before you go. We're not gonna. You show me with the labels, the conversion fraction. Write it out nicely, and then all you have to do is cross off labels.
I don't know where to label.
So if it's on top, it would go on bottom. You need to change gallons to quarts, so your first one I would make, gallons would have to go on the bottom because it's on top here. Quarts on top.
4 hours to
See
minutes.
if you can set that one up. I don't care about the math, I just wanna see about the labels crossing off. Don't worry, tomorrow is a new day that we will revisit this. Did you write down the problem? Always start by writing down the problem. And putting the labels, which I don't always see on all of these, despite mine. Guys, you're using right now labels? Okay. Just remember, labels, labels, labels. Thirty more seconds. I don't need you to do the whole problem. I just want you to set it up.
Oh, okay.
I don't care about the math. I care about the labels, the setup process here. Kraftmeyer's done already, so this is not that. If you have questions, you can ask McKenna. All right, quickly, you have to go here. Look up here, please. You just have to understand you're changing gallons to quarts and hours to minutes, so you'll need 2 of those because each label converts a state of practice. McKenna, which one did you do first?
I did quarts again.
Okay, McKenna says, I am going to make gallons and turn it into quarts. Well, where does the label go? If it's on top here, you don't want gallons, so it needs to cross off, so it has to be down here. Right, McKenna? And that would mean quarts would have to go up there. And hopefully you know how many quarts in a gallon, or gallons in a quart, which would be?
4 quarts.
4 quarts is 1 gallon. Okay, and then I would just say, hey, that means the label gallon crosses off, which I want, because I don't want anything there. What label now has to be crossed off, Camille? What's my label I gotta get rid of?
Hours.
So if ours is on the bottom down here, where does it have to go on this one? Yeah, they have to be on, and what am I changing hours into? Minutes. And what is the conversion from hours to minutes? How are they related? How many minutes in an hour, how many hours in a minute?
60 minutes and hours.
60 minutes is 1 hour, and bam! I have now changed this into quarts per minute. Those are the only 2 labels I have left. That's all I care, that you can get that far. Now, to finish the rest of the problem, I would probably cross cancel the 4 with the 60. Anybody know how many times 4 goes into 60?
15.
You could say 4 goes into 4 once, and the 60 15 times, and then the ugly math would be you have 17 on top, as well as all these on top. 17 times 1 times 1 is 17, 1 times 1 times 15 is 15, and your label is quarts per minute. Just that easy. This, by the way, well, you have to do that out to a decimal. 17 divided by 1 point something, what? Whatever. Thank you for being a captivating audience. We will revisit, pick this up, review. If you didn't get it, we'll get it tomorrow. Thanks for playing the game today.